What's happening, nation? It's SJ. I want to talk about this guy right here tonight. I've been catching a little bit of grief in my comment section about not giving him enough credit for what he has done for this team and how he has built this team. So I just wanted to clear some things up and get your guys' thoughts on it. If you are new to the channel, if you think about subscribing, I really would appreciate that. It really does help me out and keeps me growing. Getting damn close to hitting 4K, and that blows my mind. This channel was never meant to be anything as big as it is right now. It was honestly just a dude sitting in his basement, hopefully getting some people to talk Raider football with, and it really has taken off. So thank y'all very much. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. But we're not going to waste too much time. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into this. Jon Gruden came onto this team and completely stripped our roster. He wanted to rebuild this his way from scratch because he has lived with that stigma that he won his Super Bowl with somebody else's team. And you know in the back of his mind that shit was eating him up. And he was given an opportunity to come back to the Raiders with ultimately full control and a big fat paycheck. There was no reason and no person in the world that would have turned that down. So he comes back on, Raider Nation is all jacked up. It's like, we got Chucky back, we got Mac, we got Carr, everything's looking awesome. And then Chucky trades off Mac. I was not pissed about that. I'm not going to lie. That was a move that had to be made. It ended up getting us some huge draft capital. It also freed up a ton of money for us. This team needed way more things than just one defensive end. Even when we had Mac on this team, we were still ranked in the bottom 25 or less defenses. Did it suck? Yes. Was it the right move? Yes, it was. But it was like the first big step in Gruden coming in and taking this roster and tearing it apart and getting things in return. And then he started his rebuild. And I take nothing away from the way that Jon Gruden has built this roster. Yes, his fingerprints are all over this. This is his team. This is the team that he went out and got his Gruden grinders and put them all together. And he built an incredibly explosive offense, led by a gunslinger QB with every weapon he could possibly want or need. Yeah, definite props to Gruden for that. He did this. He built this. He gave us the team that we have right now. So now we have this incredibly fast, incredibly explosive offense. And what does Gruden hand them? The most elaborate playbook they have ever seen in their entire lives. And he expects every player to know every position. It's fine if you have an extremely streamlined playbook that's really easy to read and there aren't that many adjustments. But if you hand somebody a 700-page novel and say, hey, learn this before the season starts, there is no chance in hell that is going to happen. That was my first really big issue with Gruden. And second was just the play calling. We've all seen it. If you go back and you watch my videos for the past 2 to 3 seasons, it's the same thing every week in the Keys to Victory or in what we need to do to win. It's Gruden has to take the reins off of Carr and let him go out there and just sling the ball. I have literally said that before every single game for the past like 3 years. And it never happened. It never changed. The only time it would ever happen is when we played the Chiefs. I swear before those Chiefs games in the past, Gruden would just go to Carr, tell him, hey, I got a little bit of a game plan, but this one's up to you. You're going to have to match him point for point. And it worked. It worked pretty damn good. Then immediately the next week we would go back to run, run, pass, punt, run, run, pass, punt, run, 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 punt. Gruden built one of the fastest, most powerful offenses in football and then ran it the most conservative way possible. I can only imagine what it was like to be Derek Carr through these past few seasons. Hey Derek, I'm going to build you the most powerful offense you have ever seen in your entire life. I'm going to give you a speedster wide receiver. Just completely stretch the field whenever you want. I'm going to give you a possession receiver on the other side for those red zone plays or just to make it to the sticks. I'm going to give you one of the shiftiest slot receivers you've ever seen, and I'm going to give you the best tight end in football. Oh, and just to cap it off, I'm going to give you a dual-headed monster at running back of 2,000-yard rushers. And Carr's sitting there probably happy as hell, like, man, I finally have the offense I always wanted. You know what I'm going to be able to do with this thing? And then Gruden comes back and he's like, you're going to be able to do this. And then would draw up the most conservative game plan you have ever seen in your life and then stick to it. Never get away from it, ever. His giant ego built this game plan, and he's right. Even if the other team's kicking the hell out of us, his game plan works, and that is right, and we are not adjusting away from that. It was slowly driving me insane. The day before all this email crap and all that stuff came out, I made a video that was all about just firing Gruden before we knew any of this shit had even happened. Wanted him gone for a couple seasons now, and you've seen the effects of him not being in that building. The coaching staff itself has flourished because they're able to communicate with each other. They're able to communicate with Mike Mayock, and they're all talking to each other before they make any kind of decisions. They've streamlined this playbook to make it as fast as possible, and we are reaping the benefits from that. And that's only going to continue to get better and better as the season progresses. But I stand behind what I said. His offensive playbook works, but the style that he runs it in does not. That conservative style smash mouth football went out the window years and years ago. The NFL wanted high scoring games. They wanted the touchdown celebrations. They wanted it exciting. They even tweaked the rules to make this game more pass heavy to make sure it would happen. Gruden was never going to make that adjustment, and that is the bottom line of why I wanted him gone. So hopefully this clears it up a little bit. I have complete respect for what he built. He just had no idea how to use what he built. Thankfully, Carr and Olsen do, and they are putting on a damn show. So until next time, guys, I'm SJ. We will catch you all in the next one.